Greetings and welcome back once again to Ney at the Katzbach. I am your host as always. Now, let's see what my opponent has done for this turn. What have the coalition been up to? So far, just lots of hidden movement that I can't see, so my question is, what are they up to, I wonder? We'll speed it up ever so slightly. Oh, Cossacks are on the move. Continuing to just form a screen in front of everyone. Because again, I still can't see any Prussian movement because of the screen of cavalry that he threw out in front. And most of the Russians seem to be... Oh, they're coming forward. The screen came forward. Not much, but it came forward. So, what is he up to? Oh, more cavalry coming out and setting up more screening positions. Okay, random bridge damage at 2156, 48 points. So, 2148 would be... No, it was 26, wasn't it? 2648, so that should be around... Would be... No, 20, what was it again? 2656? Somewhere around 2156. So I think it was this bridge, the Blucher bridge, that was damaged by the weather. Okay, they can move quite nicely. What can be seen by him? He can observe a fair chunk of my troops. Marchand, leading off, Marchand will continue down the road, with his wagons following close behind. The 10th Hussars are to get onto the road and moving. followed by the Baden Dragoons, and then the Horse Artillery. I might break off Marchand, maybe not. Was considering breaking off Marchand's division to come down this road and then turn this way, but I don't think I'm going to have really enough time to warrant that, because that's a long way around. The 3rd. The 20th will be in the center. WDS is to go there, and then the 24 chasseurs and the 11th Hussars can sit back there. And then this is all part of Exelmann's cavalry. Let's push these a little further forward. The 7th Chasseurs. The 4th. Oh, you're 7th, so... Well, that's Exelmann's and Marchand sort of in position ready. What else can he see? He can't see Ricard's division, Rosselli's division. He can't see anything from Sebastiani, and he can't see about half of So, what? You go there, you go there, and then we bring up the follow-on elements of their brigade, plus the guns. So General Blucher is... yeah, I think I will extend the line ever so slightly. So the 25th. They will go into there, and then the parent company will fall back. And then the final elements of the division will come up. Now the question is, what do I want to do with Carpentier's division? How do I want to deploy them? No, we'll come back to them when I am ready for that part. You will go forward. you lot will reform into your battalion. The division is a little... Delmas's division is not quite where it should be, but it is close enough. The 145th. The 138. The 138th. And then Siam will continue to come forward as well with his elements. And we will now move forward these lot in a way so they can mutually support each other. We'll bring up the 12th to basically watch the flank of the 2nd Lancers. And then the 11th Chasseur come up and sit behind, essentially. Alright, let's do this. You go to there. Go to there, and then go to there. Behind them, some skirmisher companies will be detached from the brigade's 2 very weak and battered light battalions. And they will be there. In the centre of the... Okay, not quite where I wanted them, but hey-ho. That works perfectly fine. And then the 143rd. Yeah, the 141st is not really strong enough on its own, because 2 of its battalions are in pretty bad shape. They will obviously be that way because of Lutzen and the battles of Lutzen-Bautzen in the spring. I did not mean to do that, but hey-ho. The 9th Hussars will come up and form up there. I accidentally moved the 5th, but... So they'll have to just lag behind ever so slightly. They can't go further forward. And then you follow. And then finally they go there. Divisional commander in the centre. Bring up his supply wagons, and then the horse guns. And now, while I'm at it, and the fact that I'm pretty sure he won't be able to see them, for the most part, I am going to start moving my heavy cavalry they're not going to do anything radical, they're just going to start working their way forward to the side of General Delmas's division. First Cuirassier, the first Carabineers, second Carabineers, General Saint-Germain, and the horse gun. And then General Sebastiani will also come forward. So while Exelmans is detached, because he's too far away from Sebastiani, that's perfectly fine because he's a light cavalry division, so doesn't really need that much. So the 112th under General Seneschal. Do I move forward with MacDonald? No, I don't really want to. Not yet, anyway. Where are those Cossacks going? Through the woods, perhaps? Shift forward the division. Shift forward the guns and unlimber them. So General Rochambeau is in position, nice and ready for, well, everything. And then they come forward. I will also work on bringing the Corps cavalry up, but for now it will just be perhaps this lot. So, second chasseur, and then the first chasseur, with the half squadron of the 5th. They're the 6th chasseurs, I meant the 1st and 2nd squadrons of the 6th. The half of the 3rd squadron, which is down here guarding the flank, is just going to sit behind ever so slightly, just to keep an eye on whether or not the Allies do anything sneaky. And then we'll bring forward the remaining elements of the cavalry brigade, in this case the 2nd and 3rd chasseur. And we will also move forward I could unlimber him, but I don't think that's worth it. Not here, anyway. And then you are there, there, and then there for the final parts of the division's position. The 151st There's the last part of the 151st. There it is. Alright, there we go. That lead element of General Messon's brigade is in position. This I will unlimber here and fire the first shot of the battle at these Cossacks. Taking out 6 Cossacks. It's not a lot, but taking out 6 Cossacks is taking out 6 Cossacks. The 3rd Battalion, and then the 2nd Battalion, and finally the 1st Battalion. And then slightly off-centre will be the 154th. Now, over here, committing forward these skirmishers down the river path is not really yielding anything, so in this case I think we are going to basically swing the division ever so slightly. Not much, it's just going to swing ever so slightly to take up position here. And then you... He's going to take probably 3 turns to form up properly, but given that I don't intend to attack with MacDonald for the moment, my desire is to crush the Allied right flank, not a frontal assault from MacDonald. I suppose, however, I could move him forward as a distraction, and I think I will, just so that when the time comes he'll be closer to said action, so he can get involved earlier. Some Italian horse battery will come up, unlimber, and that's really impractical range, but and by impractical range it really is impractical, but you never know, it might be of use. And then General Zatucci will go there, so he has effective command for his battalions. You can go there with your wagons, and then one will trail behind. The Ney, these will be broken down into skirmishers, I think, once again, and thrown out in front of the various, the lead elements of the division, with the final part just staying behind, ever so slightly behind. And taking up positions in such a way that they can just support, because, well, 128 men is not really going to do a lot. we are still in a decent position for when the time comes to move this is Lauriston forward, as the 5th Corps is set and ready to move forward as necessary. My question is, where are the Allies going to likely defend? Definitely around the Bittenberg, most likely, because, well, it's the most dominant spot on the left bank of the river. So on the western side of the river, it's definitely the most dominant, because it's the highest ground about. The only place that is higher is up here at Borensberg, and it's not really that useful to anyone. So it's the most practical, it's the largest, most practical piece of ground on that side of the river. On this side, there's really nothing. There's no real dominant features over here beyond this bit here, which, while dominant, it's not exactly very practical. Still, I am still curious as to what he is going to be up to. So we'll break them into 2, and then they will come forward, plus more Naples horse artillery. Siam is still detached. Let's move Ney further forward. Who can he effectively command? Okay, he can't command Lauriston, so I'll accept Lauriston as detached, but I'll look to get him in command of, or effective command of, Sebastiani and at least part of, yeah, I'll look to get him in command of Sebastiani and Siam. Still, my line is advancing somewhat. This is an impressive looking division, and it should do pretty well. Between everything, with Delmas's support, Saint-Germain's support, and then Roussel's and Albert's divisions also providing support, followed by Ricard, Exelmans, and Marchand. So yeah, Marchand and not necessarily Exelmans, but Bowerman's cavalry brigade. Their objective essentially is here, this village, because they have the direct march to it. If not, they will go for Neudorf, depending on where the Prussians, Russians, or whatever happens to be in opposition. So, what have we got? We got 83,000 men. So yeah, I draw first blood. It's 6 Cossacks, whoop-de-doo. But hey-ho. As I said, removing 6 Cossacks is removing 6 Cossacks, because they can be quite pesky. Is there anything else that says Move me! Not really, by the looks of it. Okay. I did sort of forget about the heavy guns of Loristan's 5th Corps. And the Corps wagons. So in this case, I think the Corps overall is spread out about a mile? Well, let's find out. This is where, we'll say this is the flank. It's 28 hexes, so given the scale of each hex is about 100 meters. Yeah, I would say maybe just over a mile. But I will work that out for the next episode and inform you just how spread out some of these units are. But a Corps spread out about a mile, yeah, that sounds about right. Because, well, all the Corps has, while it has all 3 of its divisions in line, they're all positioned in depth. So anyway, that's going to be it for the turn. So, I thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this latest turn of Ney at the Katzbach. If you have, please leave a comment, subscribe. Don't mind that scrolling. But as I was saying, if you did like it, please consider hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, or leaving a comment. I especially appreciate comments. But until the next episode, I shall get this turn sent back to my opponent, and I will see you all very soon. So, bye-bye for now.